Nevada Copper Incorporated proposes to develop the Pumpkin Hollow mine near the city of Yerington. The city seeks to acquire lands around the mine for fair market value and annex those lands into the city. This would provide a large area for development and allow it to receive a share in property and net proceeds of mines tax revenues from Pumpkin Hollow. The benefits to Nevada Copper would be to allow permitting to proceed solely under the Nevada State mining permitting regulations, whilst complying with all applicable federal, state, and county environmental standards and laws. This would allow for mine permits to be received in 2013, expediting the project by 2 to 3 years and quadrupling the size of the initial mine development. The legislation would convey approximately 10,400 acres of the BLM-administered federal land to the city in order to develop a multiple-use economic development, mining, industrial, recreational, and open space area. Per request of Senator Reed, a 48,000-acre wilderness in Lyon County, approximately 20 miles from Pumpkin Hollow, was added to the bill. Here now are the opinions of several local leaders in the Yerington area.
Business is down, people don't have any money, jobs are limited.
Your grandfather, your father have been here for years.
I hear both my mom and dad talk a lot about the mine and how great the area of, Yerington was. It was the place to be when the mine was open. My dad gives me hope that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I just trust my dad.
Yeah.
There's been very few things in my life that he said weren't going to happen that didn't.
I mean, was it something, a big issue to you at all?
That they want wilderness?
Yeah.
I'm one. I like to go off-roading, those kind of things. I like to be out in it. I feel like there's a lot of it around.
Yeah. There's a lot of places
they designate
to go.
this much area to, specific for one thing. Well, I can be over here and I can be over here. I mean,
every day people are moving out, taking their families, moving away. I mean, without those families, I've got no business.
Right.
So I've got no job, therefore I can't keep the roof over my head. I'd really hate to see us have to cut back hours for people because we don't have the business. There's still a lot of good people that live here and they don't want to see our little town die.
How would you characterize the state of the economy in Yerington right now or over the last few years?
With the economy the way it's down, if we don't get some kind of business in here, there's going to be more businesses closed. If you go downtown, you can see all the businesses that are closed. The need to be done is now. Not 6 months from now, but now. I think most of us are scared to death.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to pick back up, it's going to fall further down.
I think we're doing well, but we can definitely use more business, which
Right.
is why we're excited that the mine is coming into our community, and we're planning for the future of what kinds of services we need to enhance and prepare for more people coming to our community. Without the support from the taxing, this facility wouldn't be here. Our revenue is directly tied to tax revenue, so as tax revenues go down, then we get less money coming through to us. I think the copper mine is going to be a great addition to our greater community.
We are about to begin our budget process in a few weeks, and that's a hard time for us right now. In 2009, we recorded 1,458 defaults. And that doesn't mean they all went through the whole process, but a majority of them probably did and had to sell at a tax sale. My line item for services and supplies is $1,000 for the year.
Wow.
It used to be about $12,000. We want to see the younger people stay. There's no reason for them to stay right now. Just a real win-win situation, I think. We can't afford not to.
Because in a Boys and Girls Club, like many nonprofits, you do depend on your community to stay afloat, especially the private sector. And in those early days, when it was healthy and strong, so were we. And we were seeing very good revenue base coming in from the private sector, from donations. The last handful of years, that hasn't been the case. We've had to make tough decisions and do things to try to keep us here and strong and vibrant, where also on the flip side, when economy and the community does take a beating like it has over the last few years, the demand for our services go up. It's been very challenging around here, and we do feel for our families, who we are serving more now than we ever have before.
Yeah.
And it's just been a very difficult time. I mean, we're talking upwards of 75-80% reductions from our high years. Having those kind of cuts from the private sector make it very difficult to do our job. I want to arrive to work on a food bank day and not have people that have waited out in line for hours in the morning at 10-degree weather to get 2 bags of groceries. My event coordinator, her husband is currently working up in the Elko area because that's where the jobs are and that's where you can find work. We know that when times are difficult, we can't expect to get it out of our parents when we run into difficult times, because they are too. So we do rely heavily on grants and foundations and businesses like Nevada Copper. We'd love to see it happen, and to me, there's nothing but positives. And I think most everybody's done their homework, and it looks very, very good, I think, for everybody involved.